Well, thank you so much for keeping it here on Morning at NTV on this 17th day of September, the year of 2021. Stephen Imbide on Fefeso Chibuga now coming to you live from Nakasero. But we know that the lockdown on education is still up and running, but services have to go on, and this explains why Kyambogo University is up and running, trying to make sure that the graduation for those who are supposed to be graduating, the program and the plan is in high gear. And to understand much more of what's happening now, just this week we saw at least some students saying that this should not happen. They should stop the graduation. Let me engage the Vice Chancellor of Kyambogo University, Professor Erika Tunguka Rashaya, who is here with me to let me know what is happening there. Good morning to you, Professor.
Good morning, Media, and good morning, viewers.
Is all well at Kyambogo?
All is well so far. There's nothing happening, only that we are progressing with arrangements for graduation.
And this is going to be the 17th graduation ceremony? This
is going to be the 17th graduation ceremony, and you are aware that we missed the graduation in 2020 because of the COVID and the lockdown. So this is going to be the 17th graduation ceremony, and it's going to be the first virtual graduation that the university is holding. And this graduation is slated to start on Tuesday, 22nd of September, running for 3 days. So running through 22nd and 23rd September, and starting at 9 in the morning up to 1 every day. We have invited the head of state, His Excellency the President, to preside over the function, and he has accepted. But he will be addressing us from State House in Nakasero. This time around, the university is graduating the largest number of students. We are graduating 9,517 students. Of these, 230 are graduate students who are graduating with postgraduate diplomas, masters, and PhDs. You remember in 2019, Kyambogo University graduated the first crop of PhDs, and we are graduating the second crop of PhDs this time around. I remember in 2019 when the president came, he said this is a sign that the university has matured. If you start producing PhDs, producing people who are going to be contributing to generation of knowledge as a country, it's a big blessing. So and out of the 9,517, 9,290 are undergraduate students. And out of these, 141 students have scored first-class degrees in the disciplines which they were pursuing.
Yes, you can give that assurance to the nation, especially to the parents, but there are some parents and some students, or those who are potential graduates now, they're waiting for their graduation. They still worry that is this graduation going to happen, because this week we saw a group of students, your students, going to court saying that this process has to stop. Aren't you concerned that this may also jeopardize the plans? Because Tuesday still, there's some days before Tuesday.
Well, really, as the head of the institution and as a planner, I can't sit back and say, let me stop now because some students have complained. I want to make it clear that it's not the students who determine who to graduate. No, there are procedures of how students graduate. First of all, the whole academic function is controlled by the Senate of the university, which is made up of deans of faculties, and together with faculty representatives, and they're in charge of the academic function. And the Senate sat for the last time on the 10th of September. It was the last Friday. We pushed it to the last date so that as many students can be cleared. And that's why we have come to 9,000 500 students. So I must say that when you are clearing 9,500 students, there may be some students who may miss out because of faults which are not theirs. Maybe their results were wrongly captured, maybe something happened at the faculty. You may have some few students who may miss.
So if they have genuine...
But having said that, the bulk of the students who are complaining had issues. Many of them have retakes which they have not cleared. Some of them never enrolled for the exams they took. Some of them never registered. Some of them have not completed the financial requirements for the university to graduate. So you cannot stampede the university to graduate you.
Just in case they storm the graduation day, that is on Tuesday, they storm the premises and say this has to stop. Are you still willing to listen to them? Are you still willing to maybe, what are you planning to make sure that yes,
we have said you cannot storm a function. You cannot storm a function. There is a state, there is a country here, there is law and order. So you can't say this must stop. Who are you? We have said that those students who genuinely will miss, after this function, we shall sit down and say, of these students who are complaining, who have genuinely completed their studies. Then we shall give those students the transcripts, the documents.
This seems to be the way to go, the online, you're going for online virtual graduation, but what has been the impact for you of this lockdown, but still also talking about online studies? What have you picked from this exercise that seems to be the norm of the day as we move forward?
So to first complete the graduation thing, this function is going on, and students went to court and we're waiting for court decision, but we are going ahead. And I'm sure any reasonable person, anybody who will listen to these arguments may have something to say about it. But clearly you are worried that they can storm and stop a function. No. No way. No.
Okay, let's talk about online studies, because now this is what when government declared a lockdown, you went for online studies, and now you're going for online virtual graduation. How have you, what is your assessment of this that we've gone through, and this seems to be the way to go now that we're still in a lockdown?
You see, when you talk about online learning, you are cutting the whole process into bits. We are talking about ODER, open distance and e-learning. So e-learning is part of the package, because many of the programs that we have been running, call them by ODER, students have been reached through emails, because every student of the university has a functional email. And it's gratifying to know that most of the country, in most of the small places, there are internet cafes. So you can go to a place and download your information and work on it and send it back. Many students with their lecturers have created WhatsApp groups, and they exchange information through WhatsApp. Some students have been able to learn through online, where lecturers stand in Kyambogo and students connect, men on their phones and small laptops, and then they study. However, we've had a challenge of large numbers of students, and I think this is what the university is going to review. Can we still afford 12 classes of 1,500 students? 1,000 students. Are we being fair to these students? So that is going to be a Senate decision going forward.
Now,
but having said that, this is going to be the norm, because with this pandemic, we don't know how long it's going to last. We don't know what's going to happen in the year to come. So we must be innovative. We must be able to continue engaging our students, and it's gratifying to know that the small groups, the small classes, like classes in engineering, classes in science, those have been able to continue learning, and some have completed their courses.
Let's end this conversation with plans for reopening. Government has initial plans of having these tertiary institutions reopen maybe by November. Are you as Kyambogo University ready for this, and what are the plans in Kyambogo? Because last time we opened, you had some more cases coming up in Kyambogo. What are the plans right now?
Well, the situation last time, I think, gives us some lessons. I think what we failed to do as Kyambogo University, because I can speak for Kyambogo University,
Okay.
I think what we failed to do was the staggered reopening.
Okay.
Because I think we allowed students, all students to come. Because there was that push, that pressure, everybody wanted to come. So we said, let's see how we manage. So the students came. The population was big. And it's unfortunate that we had that outbreak
Okay, Professor.
among the students.
Okay, Professor, I'm sorry we have to cut this conversation, but of course we shall be giving you all the details as they happen at Kyambogo University on Tuesday, and that is when they begin the graduation, and of course Professor and all the deans will be there. And if you are a graduate, just be sure, just be glued on NTV, because we shall be giving you this live.